Hey guys, it's Angie with Feisty Butterfly Tarot, and today we are going to do a Romany spread, and we're doing this one for those who are a little bit troubled right now, having some turbulent times, and we're going to take a peek at what's going on with them. So if you've been through some turbulence lately, this one goes out for you. I hope I can get all these cards in here for you. What we're going to do is set up this top row as your past. We're going to do 3 rows of 7. So this one is going to be indicating your past. Then your present will be in this row. And then the future down below. Okay. Okay, I hope you're able to see all this. All right. Okay, in your past we have the King and Queen of Swords. The King is here as far as environment, and the Queen is in the self position. So these are representative of you. This is representing in your environment through here, you, the environment. We're going to do through here for your hopes and dreams. Here would be the known variables. Here's the hidden destiny. Here's matters of the heart and matters of the mind. So here we go. I would say in your relationship in the past, you've had a very logical, practical, pragmatic, good for the stable purposes, good, sensible purposes. Perhaps it's been a cool relationship, certainly one where there's a lot of thinking and planning and orchestrating and perhaps even some micromanaging. It's been steady, it's been strong, you've been evenly matched. I can't say for sure that you've been thrillingly happy. Seems like disappointment has been part of what's been going on, and maybe a little bit of grieving over some loss. This shows boredom has been a problem in the recent past, even to the point of feeling stuck and stagnant when you wanted to be out celebrating. You have this card which shows that you were feeling stuck. This is a stuck due to your own limiting beliefs, that feeling of stuckness. So bored, stuck, disappointed, missing something, feeling like you're missing out on something, feeling like you're stuck and you can't operate and can't do what you want, even though you may well be able to. Or have been able to, because we're still in the realm of your past, that you have had friends and social opportunities around, but perhaps you felt like you've missed out on those. There's talents and skills at play. The money is okay. You're starting to make money. You're starting to get to know yourself and do okay with your skill set and your talents. I don't know if you feel like it's been challenging enough. And in the recent past, there's memories that have been sweet memories, and almost like pretend traditions, like children playing house. Yet it never really hit, it never really sunk. So perhaps this whole time you feel like you're playing house, doing what grown-ups are supposed to do, but it doesn't feel like it's ringing true and resonating with you. currently, you have the world here. You feel like you're the end of this pretend game, and you want to seek out better opportunity, bigger opportunity, and move forward. And you feel like you want to go out and grab that, but you haven't taken the opportunity to do so yet. You might want clarification more on that. The Ace of Wands, there's some kind of passion currently in your personal environment, career-wise, work-wise, something that you love to do, that you want to pursue. And you feel like it's almost here. Perhaps you're still feeling a little bit of this stuckness energy here. But this is the familiar. This is the known. This is the variables and the way that it's been, the way you've known, what's familiar to you. You want to leave and go for your own lessons. You want to strike out emotionally. You want to try new things, at least spiritually investigate what matters to you. You're looking for something deeper and something more, and it's something that's inside your own self that you're seeking. You're walking away from a circumstance that's no longer fulfilling to you. You're taking time to rest, to retreat. You're withdrawn. You're holding your own, but you aren't quite ready to move forward yet. This is just all present. The Justice card feels upside down. The situation feels perhaps out of balance, unfair. It feels like you have to honor the truth that you have in your hand, but you have not been able to, and you've been stunted, perhaps. You feel like you've been trapped. You feel like you've been resting, laying down, and not able to go out and pursue. You want to create. There's this creation. You want to follow that passion. You want to create something new. You want to birth a new cycle in your life. There's this ultimately this sort of truth again, here, swords everywhere. And this sort of truth is here, and this is a truth that you can't deny anymore about your situation. Things have to change. So if this is a present situation, this is what's leading into the future. This is all present, this is future, this is extended future. This is what's on your mind. This truth that you just can't do it anymore the way you have been doing it. Your heart wants to be creative. It wants more abundance. It wants things that feel more rich and more full to your spirit. You've got the practical matters at hand. You feel like things have been unfair. Perhaps for you, they feel like they have been unfair. But I think there has been justice in the overall scope of things. In the bigger, broader picture, there hasn't been abuse of power per se. Just very dissatisfied. You're wanting more. Emotionally, you're wanting more. Emotionally, in the future, you're wanting more. You aren't wanting this King of Swords, this analytical, practical thinker. You're wanting somebody emotional who is going to be supportive, somebody nurturing, somebody who doesn't just provide for what needs be over the roof of your head and shelter and the practical needs. Somebody who's smart isn't quite enough either. You want the whole shooting match emotionally. You want someone who understands deeper feelings and deeper aspects of you. You're waiting for something to come in the future. It looks like something career-wise is going to happen, going to change, and there will be opportunities for you coming up, but you're waiting still right now. The Page of Cup and the offer, it's not here yet. There's a delay in this offer of love. But if you're patient, then your hope is that you're going to get a substantial offer of love. Right now you're seeing a smallish, an immature offer of love, and you want something more mature and developed. Okay, the Knight of Coins is the slowest knight. Plods along. He offers something real, something tangible, talents and gifts that you can actually hold in your hands. Realness. He offers realness and is grounded. You're looking for a combo of this, and you feel like you have this. Maybe you feel like this. Maybe the whole connection here is resulting in this dissatisfaction, the immature bored feeling that you have. Stagnant is a better word than immature. You just feel stagnant. There's going to need to be time alone, because this is what your hopes are. This is where you're feeling like your personal environment is. This is you wanting to explore, wanting the ships to come in, wanting to develop. This is a hidden element. I don't think you've encountered this person yet. I think you want a combo here of the get realness of this person that you've not met, and I think you want emotional maturity. But currently, you're seeing your path down the road, and you're going to be on your own. You're still needing to seek for that truth and look for that light. I mean, look at this. You're still going alone for a while. There's some emotional growth and development that has to happen for you right now. The sad battle. The sad battle, the high cost battle card. Maybe you cut your losses. Maybe you leave this situation. This past is left. This present is okay. You get through it. You rest. You know your truth. You want to create. But still there's going to be losses, and they're high losses. This was in reverse, so it may be not as much or as harsh as that card usually indicates. And coming up in the next to further future, you're going to need to save. You're going to need to hold your own ground financially. You're going to need to be careful. But you're also going to be someone perhaps hanging on too tight, like in the way of the miser. I don't know if right now you're seeing the gifts that are around you. I want to clarify this World card. You know what? I want to clarify this whole spread, actually. We're going to layer in here. We're going to layer in a little bit at a time. We'll start with the World card, because this seems to be what you really want right now, where you feel you're ending the cycle and starting forward to the next one. So we're going to layer in here. Don't know why that's even there. The Queen of Swords again. Again, the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is you right now. Queen of Swords. Calculating. Sometimes considered cold. Sometimes bitch. Not feeling. Yet you want all this emotional good stuff. But I don't know if you've invested in that same way. Maybe you think you have. Whoever this king is, it doesn't seem like the coldness is a one-sided coldness. Okay, back to the world. We're going to get clarification on this. Let's do a shuffle here. You have the Page of Wands and the Eight of Wands. The World. You feel like there's opportunity for ending one cycle and new growth on the next, and you feel like a lot of things are coming at you. A lot of things are coming at you that you want to pursue career-wise, passion-wise. This isn't the love and lust passion. This is the, I like to do this career or work. I could do this my entire life work. You're at the Page of Wands stage or the beginning stage. You're at both. This world is clarifying that you are at the beginning of a new cycle. This is clarifying the new cycle in career and work, and calling, a new calling. A lot of wands coming at you regarding this calling, and you're still, even though this is the page, think about freshman at college. You're still at that level in this particular aspect of career and passion. You're barely able to wield the wand that you have. But you do realize there's power in following that passion, whatever that is. Then you have this walking away card. I wonder what it is. Oh my God. The Queen of Swords again. Okay. This is from the Arcanum deck. This is the like weird one in there. The Queen of Swords again. A rainbow at the bottom of her feet. She does have skills and talents and the ability to manage well. She has the ability to do things well and the ability to bless. If she wasn't so goddamn type A, it might be really helpful for her. Excuse me, but if she wasn't so worried about control and keeping herself so reserved, she would be offering up more emotionally as well. As of yet, we're not seeing that offering being made until she comes into here. She is in dire need of some kind of rest, some kind of rethinking. After the battle, taking the rest, recalibrating, renewing, rethinking. This is almost indicative of to me, of the Hanged Man. And this justice may just be a life lesson. This may be a timing thing more than anything else. Justice has its own time as well. You want to get to this juicy Empress stuff. You want to get creative. But you feel like you have to walk away from an emotional place that you're not willing to invest in anymore emotionally. You need to go seeking your own mystery, figuring out your own self. I mean, it's pretty clear. Let's see what's more coming up here in your present regarding the justice. Oh, I moved that. Excuse me. This was overlaying here. Man. There's a sense of coldness and demanding from this queen that can get things done efficiently and in a really great manner. It is very strategic. But also it is very managerial. I'm not quite sure I know how to put that anymore. Okay, you have two here. We're paying attention. Okay, we were asking regarding the justice, and this is what we're seeing play out. There's a Six of Swords journey. You're coming up to a time where you're traveling, again with the swords. The thoughts that are yours, the ways that you think, it's your journey you're on. Perhaps it is leaving that has to be taken. Again, a very swordy kind of thing and a very leaving kind of a card. I don't think you can think. It strikes me that you can only carry a few people in this boat. You can't continue in the same way that you have been, and your style of thinking, the way you have been thinking, some of that is no longer serving, needs left behind. You need to really reevaluate. Justice, balance, equilibrium. Equilibrium between the two towers. Okay, so look at these. You see two pillars. You see balance. You see the scales. You see balance. You see the water and the earth around her. You see the sword, the thought, the truth, and then what needs to be done. The justice is sitting on a throne and he's very, very grounded. I don't think you are grounded right now. You are too in your head, too in the air element. Not enough earth at all. At all yet. Yeah, you need more balance. Before you can do anything and get really powerfully strong and creative and get going, you need to clarify a few things in this realm. This is where your heart wants to be. This is how your mind operates. But there's no balance. The destiny is hidden right now. The known factors are just that you need rest from whatever this situation is, this situationship, and you need to leave. And your mode of being Queen of Swords, ruling, If you could just back that off a little bit. If you could leave some of this Queen of Swords demeanor, soften it a bit, it would so help you. Okay, all right, we're going to keep looking. In the present, we see the Empress. The Empress for this one with the turbulent time. Is there more we could know about the heart of this seeker? Rebirth. 20. You're definitely wanting rebirth. This comes up as judgment sometimes. This is 21 right here. This is 20. This is the mess that you're in the current. You want a do-over. If you could start your life again, you truly want a do-over, though you'd probably never admit it. You probably pretend everything is all as it should be. It makes logical sense. But part of you wants a do-over. You don't have the do-over, so you're having to create one. This is what you're doing here. Okay. We'll find more on this in a minute. In the past, you were disappointed. Your hopes and dreams weren't met in the emotional zone. Your personal environment, everything around you, hasn't been what you hoped it would be. Maybe you thought that this was an even match, but maybe you feel like this is what it is, and you really need this. Let's find out more about the self as far as your mindset and what's coming up in the future for you personally. That's too many. Sorry, guys. So the mindset's handled. What else is coming up for yourself personally? You're waiting for ships to come in. Oh. You have the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Shields. So your mindset is very singular, solitary creation, starting of one true thing, one truth. Here's the bottom line base truth. And you also want to have the Nine of Cauldrons, all your hopes and dreams and wishes fulfilled. So the Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled. Everything's on the table. I mean, this one, his head is on a platter at the table for you because you've requested it. This harsh truth pretty much puts his head on a platter. So whatever this is, it's not viable at all. No wonder you need to leave. And perhaps this person does feel like his head is on the platter all the time. No longer a viable situation in any form. Here, for yourself in the future, if you could have your ships coming in and have the Queen of Pentacles, you want to have more of this nurturing. You want the status, the money, the establishment, but you also want that sense of groundedness, the sense of warmth in the home, not just museum house. House that's always, everything's in order, everything's as it should be, very pristine, very kept, very in order, very neat and very tidy. However, this is like, she has the garden going. She's got the hot fire, the hearth, the warmth. Everything's established. She's got a nurturing way about her. She takes time on her own in the forest where she can get solitude, and the forest creatures and bunnies are approaching. She's approachable. Where this queen is not approachable. There's no bunny there. Wow. This aspect of yourself you've neglected in a lot of ways, and this isn't just pragmatics. This is the nurturing. An approachable softness. I want to know more about this part of yourself, this aspect of where you're wanting to see things come in, you're wanting to have your ships come in, your fortune come in, but I need to know more about you, because what we see right now is in the past you've been pretty harsh, you've been demanding, and you have the world changing. You feel like a cycle has ended. A lot of things are coming at you. You have the Page of Wands saying, I've got this new skill. I want to offer something. And then you have this Three of Wands where you're starting to get established. You want to offer something. And then there's this hearth and home business going on. Hearth and home, not home business, but it could be. But, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. So again, this is what we're seeing. The Four of Cauldrons. The Four of Cups. Something about the past that you're holding on to is not serving you. Is not. This dissatisfaction, this demanding way, this dissatisfaction that you have. There's a King of Swords again coming up, and this was in reflection of you. If you have the King and Queen of Swords representing you in your past and your personal environment, if you have both of those things coming out strong, I don't see, unless you can get over your dissatisfaction about something, I don't see how you can execute, is that the word? I don't see how you can grow into this if you continue being dissatisfied about this. If you continue about this expectation about what it should be. If you're strategic, cold, logical, cold, I don't see a lot heating up, although you want it to. There could have been traits from this that are good traits to have. You could plan, but you need to nurture. There's still this one cup, this one emotional stuff being offered, but you've never seen it. You've never even acknowledged it. Okay. All right, I'll quit harping on that. Sorry. All right, the Page of Cups, the King of Cups. So this is to do with the future, with emotions of the future, personal environment, and perhaps some hopes and fears. This might be what you're hoping for, and this could be hidden. So we're going to take a look through here for a little bit more. Regarding, let's look at your hopes and fears, the person that maybe you're hoping to see, and also your personal. So we're going to look at the hopes and fears first. Interesting. Okay. So, hopes and fears. Interesting. You have the King of Cups, very emotional, very supportive. This is what you want. But you also want somebody that's got some sort of dominion, or you yourself want to have this dominion over the fire, over the passion, over ruling. This is the Emperor. And look at all this behind him. Total fire energy. You want somebody that's less engineering, less cool thinker, less strategic. You want somebody more passionate for sure, and somebody emotional, but you want the adult version of this, and you need to master this within your own self. Just saying. It strikes me that this is your personal environment, not just because this is who you've been around, but this is also who you are in your own stage of growth, although you'd like to think otherwise. There is some emotional growth and development that has to happen. This is happening now. So if you allow yourself a chance to rebalance, recalibrate, if you allow yourself to offer up things so wishes could be fulfilled, if you can let go of this stupid disillusionment, gosh, well, this is not the most cheerful. I'm sorry. What the world? The King of Cups. Okay, you have the The Knight of Pentacles and the King of Cups. You have the King of Cups again. This is for hidden elements, although there's not much very hidden there. Sorry, we're grown-ups. That's how the deck is. You definitely want and are seeking more establishment, more dominion and rule over your own stuff. It's just like you want a totally different world than what you built. No wonder you felt limited. You felt limited. So you definitely are wanting this more emotional type of thing. More heat, more passion. It's almost like time to get out of the shallows here. This emotional stuff that you're longing for, you need to have something that's going to really back that up. You need fire. You need to let your own fire be alive and your own passions ignited, your own, and not just carnal, but your own desire to grow, to expand. You need someone who can back that play with you in your corner, at the very least. And you need to be in your own corner that way. This is part of your learning right here. Like, you got to create and go forward regardless. If you know the truth of what you're supposed to be creating, you need to go about creating it. Tell me about this hermit time coming up in the future and this lost battle. Okay. So, you have the hermit who's seeking light on his own. You have the druid or the high priest, the pope. This is somebody, these are people that are going for higher learning. You're seeking the higher learning. They're going to him for higher learning. This could be education. This could be just a bigger, more spiritual lesson that you've got to strap in. I just think that you have the ability and the power within you if you go deep enough. And it's not going to be easy going. There's emotional prices being exacted from you right now. You have the Eight of Cups again, right here. Eight of Cups. This is in the now. This is in the future. There is something that you're having a big, difficult challenge leaving behind. A way of thinking that you're having a tough time leaving behind. You have your thoughts about the new thoughts, and that's great. But some of these, the religious dogma that you may have been raised in, trained up in, brought up in, it might not be working for you. So you're going to have to look and see what your own spiritual beliefs actually are. You're going to have to dig a little deeper, dive a little deeper, figure it out. Because there is definitely a leaving of something and a high cost of that leaving. I want more on that. It's almost like it really is going to take someone's head on a platter for you to be satisfied enough to even continue down this path. And that might be the cost. Just straight up. You're going to require somebody else's sacrifice for your emotions to be satisfied, for you to feel content. Somebody else has to pay a pretty high price for this to happen. Why am I getting this? I'm not sure why I'm getting that deck. We'll take a look at that. I wanted this one. We'll take a look at that in a minute. I wanted to look at, well, we're going to look at it now. King of Wands, again. Fiery King. Fiery King, not here. There's really just, this is what your heart wants in the past. This is not, this is celebration. This is very nostalgic, like when you grew up and you're gonna have a party and celebrate, da da da, girls' night out. This is younger you. You want the emotional and the passionate. The cups, King of Cups twice. King of Wands. Knight of Coins. This is going to be slow going a little bit. And the Emperor. I don't see the Queen of Cups here. I see the Queen of Coins, but sheesh. Okay. This was out to do with here. All right, we're going to find a little bit more about this upcoming emotional battle. Emotional battle. A walking away, a change of thoughts, victory, high price, high cost, victory. This one wants to stay out. The Mother. We have the Empress here. This is in the future. This is what your heart wants. This is in the short-term future. Empress here. Balance has to happen. There's the Justice, there's the balance. Here's the Empress again. Heart's desire is to birth something new, to have a rebirth, to grow and expand in a different way. And that's what's going to cost you. And then in the future, we also have you holding on really tight to this, to the finances, to the talents, to the resources, clutching super tight at the resources. In the future, and this is your mind in the future of clutching really tight. I would think that there might be, I haven't seen any card that outright says was a reversal of fortune type of thing, but jeez. Okay, Five of Swords. Here's this battle. The winner takes it all. Yeah, the winner takes it all. All that's left. But this is a fight that nobody really wins. You have to walk away. After winning this fight, you have to walk away. You won't be able to see things in the same way that you've seen them before. You'll have lost something. You'll have gained some fiery energy and some passion, but this is coming up here. And then the resources will need to be guarded. The talents, the way you offer things will need to be guarded. It's almost like we need a whole nother row here for your future. And that's pretty far out. Okay, let's look again at the long-term future coming up. Mock battle, Five of Wands. Page of Cups. So you have the Page of Cups in your personal environment in the future, but this Page of Cups is also in the long-term future. This Page of Cups is represented as a female, and this is a young adolescent male. This is lessons that you're still learning. The emotional lessons that people are offering, you're going to be better at receiving the offer Definitely better at that, and better at acknowledging it and what's going on there. But this mock battle, you're going to have to be competitive. Or you may very well have people competing for your resources and your time, and you're going to have situation A competing with new situation B, all of this realm that we haven't even explored yet in the future, all of this realm. Okay, so this isn't, the traditional Romany spread is 21 cards here. We've done almost a double layer of that, but I'm not satisfied with what's going on here as far as it's, I'd like to get more clarity, and what I'd like to do is take this row. I'm inclined to dismiss that deck and this. Take this row, we're going to expand it out. Some of this may be out of frame for you, but that's the way it's going to work. It's far more serious than I was hoping. I mean, Led Zeppelin shirt, I thought, okay, keep it light. Not today, folks. Not today. My goodness, so sweetie. All right. Okay, so we're going to put one here for the present to encompass all of this. The past we kind of know pretty good, and then we're going to take this present and lead into this future, and we're going to carry over this realm here. So we should go into the present here. Okay, this is how this goes. I guess you probably don't need all the explanation, but it may or may not help you. The clarification for the turbulent. Five of Swords again. Damn it. Damn it. You can't outrun the Five of Swords right now. There was a time when I couldn't outrun the Empress and became pregnant. So, okay. You can't outrun the Five of Swords right now. You have it here. Even in the present, it's here. If you get too legal and battle, haggle, fight, you're going to pay such a high price, and it's really not going to get you much further ahead towards this. But sometimes you can't avoid that, though. If there's a battle of thoughts and ideas and situations and how things need to be, and if you can't stay stagnant resting forever in the Four of Swords mode. So if you have to grow, you have to expand, your ideas have to expand. You can't stay pregnant forever either, can you? I mean, eventually that baby has to come out, so this is unavoidable for you. Okay. So extending beyond here. What I want to know is here. We have this right now, Five of Swords. You all over the place, my goodness sakes. Okay. And this is really the self that you want to be heading towards. And this over here is long-term future heart's desire. So I want to know about what's coming up in the short-term future here, and more towards the long-term future for your heart's desire. And maybe we'll figure out a little bit about the how, but let's just see. That's not going anywhere. Short-term future, you want to celebrate and have happy times, happy passions that you're following. Three of Wands, Four of Wands. You definitely are celebrating some kind of event, at some kind of event with friends, people around you, there's more warmth. There can be. If you can let go of the disappointment. You're going to have to juggle finances, and you're going to have anxiety for sure. Coming up in the future, this idea, the very idea of juggling finances for you, that very idea is almost traumatizing to you. And it does put you, check this card out. The, woe is me, I'm having anxiety, dramatic moment. The very idea, the notion of this is terrifying to you. And that's what's keeping you stuck in the emotional page stage. The juggling of finances might be what these battles are about. But it ultimately doesn't serve. Okay. So let's see what else we can, let's see what else we can find out for the long-term future. And then we're going to get some of the how going on. Because you are going to definitely have a financial type of a turn where you're feeling tight about it and juggling it. I would almost see this as a change in the style or standard of living, and this is not something that you would perhaps be excited about, but the shallows of just the airiness of the swords has not served you well. You haven't found it emotionally enriching. So there may be, a change of circumstance. All right. Oh, there certainly is a change of circumstance. All right. So there's going to be a lot coming at you. And then eventually, the Nine of Pentacles, where you feel like Miss Independent, where you feel like you've got your money house in order. It's going to take some time to do that. You're going to have a lot coming at you. A lot of things that are coming this way now in the world. I would say, check this out. This is the beginning of the new cycle. It's going to take some time for that to develop to here. So you're going to need to be patient. If this is the hidden destiny, hidden things that we aren't seeing, we don't know enough on, you have this as part of your new cycle. This is your new learning. This is what you want to pursue. A lot will be coming at you. But it could lead to this. I just think you think this is going to be right here. Not happening. Not at all. Oh, Jesus, not at all. Not at all happening here. Not at all. So, geez, this can be happening here. But bear in mind, this is down through here. You're going to have to figure out how to juggle your finances and your talents and your resources and your time, and how to use that without being so miserly hoarding, without holding on too tight. You're going to have to learn how to balance. Definitely you're going to have to learn how to balance before justice comes anywhere near this. This rebirth is tricky. This is a process of evolving. This isn't an overnight thing. Not at all. Not at all. Okay. So I want to know a little bit more about how, some things that might help you to know, some insight that might help you in the present moment now, when you feel like you're trying to outgrow, become a new version that's a clear thinking version, that's articulate, good with words, good with expression and communication, but not so cold and demanding, not so managerial, where you can leave that and have a little bit more emotional depth coming towards you. You might have to come up with a lot of new ideas, new ways of thinking, and new battles of thought. Because there's definitely, what, 3 of them that have come out so far? Like 1 in each deck has come out so far. Here, 5 of Swords. Here, 5 of Swords. Here, Five of Swords. So in the present and in the future, you're definitely going to be doing some battles of thinking and thought. To be able to get this far, yeah, you'll have to think to yourself. You're going to have to re-educate yourself on a spiritual front. This is not career. This is spiritual education. Sometimes this indicates Votech and training. This is not that. This is like a commitment on the spiritual level, and not commitment on a marriage level. Commitment to your own spirit's growth. You have to grow up. Or grow deeper. Okay, so what information, what aspect of, things does this person need to know to be able to move from here to here? What do you need to know along the way? Yeah, we're taking these three. Okay, okay. All right, this is what we're getting. We're getting the Four of Swords again. So you will need to retreat. The Five of Coins. Along the way, you will feel separated. You will feel on the outside. You will feel aloneness. This is something you will encounter. The Seven of Swords, sometimes seen as the thief. I think that's a very limited way of looking at the Seven of Swords. If it's swords that you've been in all this time, and you've been up in the air and up in the air, and you're having this battle where you're having to leave some swords behind. This is you leaving, and you're leaving 2 swords behind. You have 3. Now you have 7. You need to take the losses, cut your losses, but keep the thoughts that actually are working and serving well. You're going to have to evaluate. This boat can't carry every sword ever made. The Seven of Swords, you're going to have to fight your fights, think new thoughts, and figure out which of these are actually going to serve you well. Because you're going to be challenged by some of this old limited thought. You might need to be outside the social structures that you find convenient. You might be doing something that totally flies in the face of the structure you're used to. Well, I think if we could take one more for just straight up advice, and I would say this advice for the next 8-9 months. And I say the term of 9 months just because of the balance that needs to happen. The term of an empress of pregnancy, 9 months. 9 months here, 9 months here, 9 coins here. This is a long type of thing. This is not a quickie quick type of thing. 9 even in the spiritual realm of the hermit. And the 5s. Oh my goodness, my goodness. All right. So, one final piece of advice for this turbulent, poor little turbulent. Okay, sweet turbulent. No, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you. I'm hoping things go well. I'm hoping this is helpful to you to know that, yeah, it's going to be a little bit rough going. Yeah, you're going to get that Miss Independence eventually. I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it. Seems like you're shifting from Miss Entitled to Miss Independence. Take it how it resonates. Those of you that it applies to, you'll know it applies to you because you won't want to hear Miss Entitled to Miss Independence. But that's really what you're trying for. Ha! Victory! Yay! Victory! Okay, this is what you need to know in the meantime. Celebrate your victories along the way. This is a little parade. You need a parade for yourself. You need to show that you're strong and follow your passion. Follow what it is that's the what that you want to do, the career, the task, the calling of what it is when you follow your passion. That's going to open a lot for you. You have it here to do it. This is the beginnings. You're at the end of this other world cycle and the starting of this new one. A lot's going to be coming at you. You're just in this stages, in these early stages here. But there will be victory if you follow this course and stay on this course. Do not let your ego be in the way. This guy is looking forward. Continue looking forward. You don't push, but continue looking forward. Understand that you're at the level of 6 here. You're still going to have 8 coming at you. And to get to Miss Independence and encounter these kinds of things in the future, you're going to need to level up. Yeah, that's probably all I could tell you right now. So to reiterate briefly, you are moving from being this woman in the past who perhaps had a lot of power to wield but was maybe calculating, shrewd, misunderstood as cold, managerial, harsh, perhaps very dissatisfied and not content with the emotional scale of your life. With the emotional offerings being made, you seem to not even see them, not be able to see them. Rigid is a word that I would use here and here, and even rigid in how you think this should look. This whole becoming, this whole self, this whole environment of you in the near future, you're going to encounter this dissatisfaction again. But do keep your eye on the prize. Keep your eye on moving forward. Start offering things from a truer emotional base. Don't let this juggling money make you into the drama queen, nightmare queen. Be cautious. You know you'll have to have learned how to be cautious. When you get the 3 of coins up here, in the future where your heart's desire, this is when your talent is honored. And in the past, perhaps you haven't had the chance to honor that talent or feel like it's honored, and it should be, but you've just had glimpses. To get to from here to here, that has to happen somehow for you. Good things are to be created. It can be there. There will be victory in time. There's an evolution going on here, is what I would say. You're going from very rigid and kind of entitledness, persnickety and cold, and even perhaps a little haughty. I mean, this one, not the most approachable. You're going from that to somebody that's far more approachable, having more fun, pursuing passions, maybe calm and understanding the value of that. There might be a hard spell. It'll require soul searching. You might be on the outside of the institution or the establishment. Spiritual seeking. Again, sorrow. It's going to take... I wish I could say you're going to be over this in 6 months. I really don't think that's the case. It's going to take you at least a good 9 months to get back on track to where you're going. And you're going to have the nanny battles vexing you. And the emotional leaving and diving deeper emotionally, spiritually, and leaving with a greater understanding. Greater learning needs to be happening for you. And you'll still even have a little bit of competition and challenging nanny battles in the new job, career, passion, calling that you have. But these will be just competitive. They aren't going to be so wounding. I think you have a competitiveness in your nature. Maybe if you could mellow that and channel it into what you're creating, into that area, versus being cutting and cold. You'll still have a lot coming at you, but then you emerge the page with the offering. Then you emerge ready to offer something. And you also emerge more Miss Independent. Yeah, that's what I've got for you. I hope it's helpful to you. I hope that this evolving thing that's going on with you, I hope it goes well for you. It's going to be a little bit long, and turbulence, well, it's turbulent now, and it's going to have stages of turbulence and things that feel perhaps a little treacherous. You'll get through it. You'll come through it okay. Keep creative. Keep that calling and your higher calling, your higher self, your higher passion, your higher, not your higher mind analytical. Throw that out. We're analyzing. Analyzing just breaks it down. Start creating solutions, finding solutions. Start creating, start growing and expanding in the way of rebirth, in the way of birthing something new for yourself. That's what will lead you to the victory. That's what's going to lead you to here. I mean, if you want to take these, take a quick peek. This is the Empress. This is the Empress. The rebirthing, I think that's your ultimate desire of what's in your heart right now and what you want to achieve. And to get there, you're going to need to have a lot more power in the passionate area and have your own finances, have your own growth have happened and occurred. And you have to be able to offer a more emotionally, more fluidly, less rigid. All right, that's what I got for you. Good luck. Come again. Take care.